World War II reshaped the globe, claiming millions of lives and redrawing borders. But how did the world plunge into this catastrophic conflict just 2 decades after the Great War? Today, we're diving into the key causes of World War II, from the Treaty of Versailles to the lightning-fast Blitzkrieg. Buckle up, this is a story of resentment, ambition, and failure. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more history deep dives. Let's start in 1919. World War I is over, and the victorious Allies, Britain, France, and the US, meet in Versailles to decide Germany's fate. The Treaty of Versailles was meant to secure peace, but instead, it planted the seeds for another war. Germany was forced to accept full blame for the war, pay crippling reparations of $33 billion, about $400 billion today, and lose 13% of its territory, including key industrial regions. The German people felt humiliated, unemployment soared, and resentment festered. This war guilt, clause, and economic hardship created a perfect storm for extremist voices to rise. Enter Adolf Hitler, who promised to restore Germany's pride. But Versailles wasn't the only spark. Let's look at the global stage. By the late 1920s, the world was already fragile. Then, in 1929, the Great Depression hit. Stock markets crashed, banks failed, and millions lost their jobs. In Germany, hyperinflation made money worthless. People burned cash to stay warm. The Depression wasn't just a German problem, it hit the US, Britain, and beyond, destabilizing governments and fueling distrust in democracy. In this chaos, people turned to strong leaders promising solutions. In Germany, Hitler's Nazi Party gained traction, blaming minorities and foreign powers for the crisis. Meanwhile, Japan and Italy, also struggling economically, sought expansion to secure resources. The stage was set for aggressive ambitions. Out of this turmoil rose fascism, a nationalist, authoritarian ideology. In Germany, Hitler's Nazi Party won elections in 1933, exploiting anger over Versailles and the Depression. He promised to rebuild Germany's power, defying the treaty by rearming and remilitarizing the Rhineland in 1936. In Italy, Benito Mussolini dreamed of a new Roman Empire, invading Ethiopia in 1935. Japan, under militarist rule, invaded Manchuria in 1931, seeking resources and territory. These aggressive moves were met with weak responses from the League of Nations, which lacked enforcement power. The Axis powers Germany, Italy, Japan grew bolder, sensing the world wouldn't stop them. The Allies tried to avoid war through appeasement, giving in to Hitler's demands. In 1938, Britain and France allowed Germany to annex Austria and the Sudetenland, part of Czechoslovakia, hoping it would satisfy Hitler. The Munich Agreement, hailed as "peace for our time" by British PM Neville Chamberlain, was a failure. Hitler seized all of Czechoslovakia in 1939, exposing appeasement's flaws. The world realized war was inevitable when Germany signed a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union, secretly planning to divide Poland. Appeasement had only emboldened the Axis powers. On September 1, 1939, the spark ignited. Germany invaded Poland using Blitzkrieg, lightning war, a devastating strategy of fast-moving tanks, planes, and infantry. Poland fell in weeks. Britain and France declared war 2 days later, but it was too late to stop the momentum. The roots of this conflict: Versailles' harsh terms, economic collapse, fascist ambition, and failed diplomacy had built a powder keg. World War II had begun, and the world would never be the same. From the ashes of Versailles to the lightning strikes of Blitzkrieg, World War II was born from a mix of resentment, desperation, and unchecked ambition. Want to learn more about key battles like Stalingrad or D-Day? Subscribe and hit the bell for our next video. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think was the biggest cause of the war? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next history dive.